On the 20th of August 2020, the then Kogi State government of Alhaji Yaya Adoza Bello established as the 54th state-owned university in Nigeria, the Confluence University of Science and Technology, or SARA, Kogi State. The beautiful university located along Okene-Lokoja Road, Osara, in Adavi local government area of the state, was attacked by bandits on Thursday, the 9th of May 2024. The bandits escaped into the forest with many students. Recently, I visited the picturesque school to find out what the school was doing to beef up security in the aftermath of the attack.
Yes, hello, sir. Hello. Yes, sir. Okay.
The institution's Vice Chancellor, Professor Abdurrahman Asipita Salau, while narrating what transpired on the day, thanked Governor Usman Ododo for rising to the occasion.
The People's Governor of Kogi State, Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo, rose to the occasion. In short, we can't thank him enough. It's unprecedented, sir. You've been reporting, I've been following you, you've been to Meduguri, you've been to Katsina yourself. You used to tell us this is the first time in the history of kidnapping in Nigeria that children were kidnapped. Less than 48 hours. Out of 31, in rescued 21. It's unprecedented. It's due to his efforts.
He praised the men of the Nigerian Armed Forces who chased the bandits into the bush to effect the rescue of the students.
From this, our campus, they carry my children and trek to Kaba as we pursue them. Then our gallant officers, security officers, led by Army and others, still pursue them up to Kwara boundary, and we recovered the 8 out of 10. May the soul of my 2 students that died rest in peace.
Amen. At the time of my visit, soldiers had been placed on the campus on guard duty. The governor has also approved the perimeter fencing of the school.
Immediately after the incident, he has approved fencing of 100 hectares out of 400 hectares of CUSTECH land. It will be difficult for an intruder to break through the fence and perform their nefarious activities. Hello, please, can you all be online? Main gate, DSP Musa.
This is sir. This is Musa with you, sir.
Now, this is part of the measure.
Main gate, you read from DSP Musa.
On my own, I went to the brigade command of 12th Brigade Command Lokoja. I spoke with Brigadier General Dansuki that we need reassurance of parents and need some army in our gate, at our gate by 6 to 6.
Professor Salau lamented that hunters earlier hired by the institution compromised big time, but after their arrest, they have been replaced by a new set of hunters.
Before now, sir, we engage Bauchi hunters because of their prowess in the past to come and assist us. We never knew they would compromise. Most of them are in DSS net for questioning. We have relieved them of a contract. So they are no more in our campus. So we have re-engaged more local hunters who know the terrain better.
It threw more light on how the security of the institution was compromised.
A fiber cable was cut during the operation. Wow. And they turned the camera up. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's what happened. So it was unfortunate.
He is happy that CCTV coverage of the university is fine and working well.
I can hear the voices, I can see people that are coming, whatever they say, I can hear it. I'll just click, for example, I will see. If this is classroom, if somebody is lecturing, a lecturer is lecturing.
The VC took me around the school and disclosed that as part of security measures being put in place, the forests around the school is being cleared.
You know, even the leveling.
The leveling, yes, it's better here.
The clearing of the forest exposed the fact that a building inside the forest had been used by bandits to prepare for the attack on the school.
So that building had been hiding there unknown to the university management, not until we level this place that it was exposed. Our children were taken through that route.
So this is the route through which they took.
Exactly. That's how they went.
They ended up in Kaba.
Kaba. So they took them through this route. They first went through Obajana. When the security forces were already trailing them, they entered again and bust out at Kaba.
It disclosed that the bandits actually came from Zamfara state.
According to the report we had, is that they came from Zamfara, but they had their permanent camp in Kwara.
Okay.
Yes. They were hired from Zamfara. Dropped them here that very day, and they took them. It's like they have a coordinating plan. Because those that kidnapped the students from here were not the one taking them. They handed over to another set.
But at least with the clearing.
This confidence building measure,
yes,
to our parents and students. We can see them afar as they come now.
Governor Usman Ododo, who has been praised for the way he rose to the occasion, recalls the nasty experience of the abduction of CUSTECH students and vowed that it will not happen again. He narrates how the students were rescued.
Within 48 hours, they know it was rough. They know it was rough. We confronted them, we followed them, and there was no way for them to escape. So there and there we rescued 21. It was the remaining 10 we were struggling to rescue before they killed 2 out of 10, and the remaining 8 were rescued when it was hot. For almost 18 days, we cordoned them from Kwara, from Kogi, everywhere. They will never come to Kogi State because this last one, they know that Kogi State is not a fertile land for them to come and trade.
The governor vowed never to negotiate with or pay ransom to kidnappers or any criminal for that matter.
How much did you pay as ransom to get them freed?
Pay ransom? Let me tell you, I will not say I will not be the last. I will never negotiate with criminals. I will never negotiate with criminals. Rather, I will take that fight to them. No, when you are negotiating with criminals,
never pay ransom to kidnappers.
I will never pay ransom to kidnappers. I am saying it. Let them hear me. I will never. We are ready. They will always come in their number. They will go in their zeros. When you are negotiating with criminals, you are indirectly empowering them to get more sophisticated weapons to face you. Rather, I will face them. I'm ever ready. I'm out to secure every soul of our dear state. That is what I have signed for, and I'm very committed to it. We must be freed.
The Kogi helmsman says the state will employ technology in seeking to defeat crime. Indeed, I visited the command and control room under construction inside the government house, Lokoja. So before the end of this week, we'll be through with this?
Yes.
When completed, the governor will be able to monitor what goes on in different parts of the state as the chief security officer of the state, and then take action.
Direct situation report when we have our men on the field, like for our vigilantes and our policemen and the army, when they were deployed. From here, the governor can get a first-hand briefing from the field directly to this point and make his input and, of course, be on top of the security situation.
Yeah, welcome back, folks. Adekunle, for BKO, it was a full day because they say pictures don't tell lies. We've seen it.
Yep.
That's grabbing the bull by the horns.
You need to understand that Kogi State has a unique, history.
Okay.
It is the only state that is bordered by about 10 states.
10 states, yeah.
So if that state fails, it can paralyze the entire country. From if it shares border with, FCT, Ekiti, and so, Anambra, Benue, Kwara, all, Nasara, there is no state that has that kind of. If insecurity is allowed to fester in that place, you can imagine all those states will also be affected. So,
And the FCT.
and yes, including FCT. So when we want to discuss development, there are some places in Nigeria that are extremely strategic, that not just any man should become governors or whatever there. If you want to do commissioner of police, military formation, whatever, not just anybody, because by God's, creation, that's one of the states. And you can see what the governor is putting in place. I pray it works, because it will be a model for many other guys, to copy that from the government.
Speed, as they say.
From the government house, you can monitor. Kogi is big. You can monitor what is happening in the entire state. That would be a marvelous thing. How many years have we been battling with Boko Haram? We haven't made, required level of progress. Insurgency, banditry, all these things. Now, kidnapping becomes the most lucrative to the criminals now. So, to solve it, we need to embrace technology. And I'm totally in support of this, because we're in the modern world now. If you reap the benefits of technology, most of our problems.
That situation room,
yes,
where the governor can sit and monitor his...
that the governor can have constant briefing about happenings in the state. And it now depends on what he does or what he refuses to do. But there is no governor that we want the state to fail. So I'm totally in support. I'm impressed.
Yeah. Jide, as the white man says, they say thunder does not strike a place twice. So the governor saying never again.
Yes.
For me, the thing that gives me joy.
Yes, and I think he's also a very direct and very focused person in terms of how he responds to situations. That's cool. Is sitting on a huge expanse of land.
Yeah.
Now, he realizes that he cannot do perimeter fencing around the school to accommodate their entire land. So what he has done is to say, okay, because money is the issue here. If you want to fence the entire school land area, I'm not sure they can find the money.
Oh, yeah.
So what he has done is to shrink that piece of land to be able to accommodate the resources at their disposal to build a wall around the school. And then by getting tractors to clear the forest, you can, then they are creating observatories.
All right.
Yes.
So it's easy to see
observatories
and see anything that's coming.
5 meters high.
All right.
So from there they can see what is coming. And now that they've decided to clear the forest significantly, it means that as they are coming, they can see them.
That's it.
So, because before now, there was no wall around the school. And you look left and right, you see forest as far as the eyes can see, and a mountain. Probably the other side of it is Kaba. So the situation permitted the terrorists to do what they did. But one thing that also happened that Nigerians should prepare for, Nigerian leaders, don't trust even your security men to the point that you can go to bed believing that nothing will happen.
All is well.
They hired security men from a state in the north that was reputed to have excellent hunters. But what did we see? They connived with the bandits.
Okay.
They connived with the bandits. Now they've been arrested. The DSS is holding those guys. They've now had to hire a fresh set of hunters. The CCTV, they had CCTV, but in those classrooms that those boys stormed, they had the CCTV cameras looking at the ceiling. And they cut the fibers. They cut so that the CCTV didn't work on that day.
Insider's job.
Yes. So there were people who connived with these bandits from within the school. And look at the revelation, that building. At the time when they started weeding the forest, they then discovered that there was a tiny building deep inside the forest. They showed us that picture earlier, which was where those guys had been planning. Yes, they didn't know that right inside the campus. That will happen when you don't have a perimeter fencing that accommodates the whole your whole land area. So I'm happy now that these confidence boosting measures are taking place. Look at it, the tractor.
Okay,
see that building?
The house. Yeah.
See the house?
Really?
Yes. It was when they removed these trees that they now discovered that that building was there. They never knew.
Okay.
They never knew. So we have a big battle with these terrorists, with these bandits. We have to realize it because it is such a big business. Look at the way the VC analyzed this thing. The sponsors of the kidnap are actually from Zamfara State. They have cells in Kwara. They gave the job to the cell in Kwara to organize. So the ones who carried out the attack handed over the students to a different set of bandits. So it's like a relay. Well, it shows how organized those guys are, and it also underlines the fact that our security agents must be one step ahead.
Yeah.
Because the enemy is constantly planning. The enemy is going, and you have to be ready for the enemy. Now, with what has happened, even other schools, other tertiary institutions in the state, they are taking measures, to ensure that this kind of thing doesn't happen again. And I'm happy to hear that those guys were dead severely with, and they were able to secure the release of all but 2 of the students. Yes, okay. It's unfortunate that we lost those 2 students, but the significant thing is that ransom was not paid. All the checks that I made showed that they didn't pay ransom.
Okay.
So that means it's possible. It's possible if we create a situation or if we literally asphyxiate them, they'll be thinking of how to escape rather than how to collect money from you.
Yusuf, so this thing is not rocket science. It can be done.
It is not rocket science.
Yes.
What is our security agencies doing? That's one sector that requires a lot of reforms. We are not living in 100 years ago. This is a new world. How do you plan all these kind of things? You will use your phones. You will use the banks. You use many other things. Then what are they doing?
Because the leads are there.
Believe me, I get, angry when they say they abduct 100, students in so place. I say, and this is a country where you have our security agencies warning that they want to embarrass the president, they want to blackmail the governor. I said, the real job. If you know you are sounding proactive, service. This is one area you should be working. Nip these things in the bud. This is not a one-man thing. It requires a lot of people, movement of money, cash, planning, doing through phones. There is so many things you can do. But here, they will plan, move, do everything, and Nigeria, gets embarrassed all the time. This must up with technology. With technology, we are embarrassing the world the way everything is happening as if it's a rocket science. It is not a rocket science. It is not.
All right. Because but what new can we say? Safe to wish Governor Ododo Godspeed. At least it.
Is it Ododo or Ododo?
Ododo. Flower. Now, there's a level of confidence for students. Look, at least we are sure this may not take place, not until we finish
You know, my suspicion was that, okay, they felt Yabelo, everybody will give Yabelo praise for his capacity when it comes to security. It was particularly very good. There were occasions when he even accompanied the security agencies into the den of terrorists. You know, he had the courage to take some steps in his time. Some of them must have felt that Ododo was gentle looking and would not be able to
unassuming
handle this kind of situation. But they forgot that he was part of that administration, and these things that they did, the success, as he always says, the success, the failures, I'm part of it. So once this happened, he knew what to do, and he was really uncompromising. And at the end of the day, he got the results that he wanted, apart from the death of those 2 students. He got the results that he wanted. He worked closely with the National Security Advisor, and they came up with a plan. They had these guys surrounded. They knew they could not escape. They had to release the students without paying ransom. Without paying ransom. So
which is saying we can call the bluff of these bad guys.
Once if you have them surrounded, what are they going to do? They won't be able to escape now. But a situation in which the terrorists will take 130-something students away, and we don't mount a response even. The CDS told me that they did not even know the last attack in Kaduna, that they were not aware until the next day. So if you are not aware until the next day, how do you then stop them from escaping with the children to their camps? That's what happened.
Thankfully, we are getting somewhere. So there's light at the end.